got the predictions that we gave. Amorim wins a trophy. This one doesn't look good. Rashford wins the Premier League at United. Amorim loses the dressing room because of the 3-4-3. Mine were a lot more stable than that.
No.
Amorim will play for United this season, I think was one.
Yeah.
Amorim shaves his beard. Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is Off the Bar. Joining me are two absolute legends. Mr. Adam McCullough.
Hello.
You all right?
Yeah, this international break's just stupid.
It is stupid. We've had enough of it, haven't we? Mr. Stephen Howson's here, of course. Because, as we were just talking about before we went on camera, you think you've got to the end of it. Well, no, you haven't, because we don't play till Tuesday. Why are we playing on a Tuesday anyway for Premier League? I mean, we can at least pretend we're still in the Champions League with Tuesday night matches.
So, is anyone played on the weekend?
Is it FA Cup, I think?
Oh.
Why are they prioritising FA Cup? What is it, quarters?
Yeah, it must be. Who cares? No one cares about the FA Cup anymore.
Like the FA Cup its quarters get treated with a bit of reverence.
Yeah.
Everyone else can just play a midweek game and bollocks to us. But the final gets played in a regular Premier League weekend.
Doesn't make any sense, does it? What's going on?
Also, they should use some common sense sometimes. Like, the teams that aren't left. Like, because surely these guys there's going to be some games that can't be played. Like, take some games from the back end, move them here, and then put them just so everyone can play on the weekend. Like,
you just don't
use
care,
some common sense.
Like, no common sense in football.
If you was going to have any reverence, the FA Cup final is the one that gets the reverence, not the FA Cup quarter final.
Why do you keep using the word reverence today?
Is there a film called Revenant?
Time now, isn't it?
No, it's a Revenant in it. Yeah.
Probably is a film called Revenant.
Yeah, there is. There will be, won't there?
At the end of the day, all right. Respect.
Thing is out all night. We said we was.
We're having it, aren't we, son?
Yeah,
which one?
Don't let me down.
What's it?
Should do it while Joe's still away.
Yeah, should we all go?
What?
Alto Nights.
Alto Night.
De Niro playing two roles.
Oh.
Should we have it?
Last time we went to cinema, it was a big old disappointment.
We went to see. Steve Craviel. We went to see Gladiator. Right? We sat down to watch Gladiator 2. Sorry. Just as it's about to start, it says this film is an audio film where you'll get a running commentary or whatever.
Oh fuck! I hate when that. When you sit on the remote and you put that on.
And Steve went to me because I'd bought the tickets. He went, "Well played, Jay." Thankfully it wasn't. He got it wrong, and I was like, then I was thinking, I'm sure it wasn't, but then because it's me, I thought I'd probably just ball.
Is that when they say when someone walks out?
Yeah, like Maximus has raised his sword and all that. Like, oh my god, I thought this.
You wish.
Do you know what? It wouldn't have ruined.
That was a different film that I was watching. Oh my god.
Is Gladiator too good? I've never watched.
Nah, it's
what? No.
Then somehow.
Is it the one with Denzel?
Yeah, and it's a bad Denzel film. Yeah. And it's mad because Ridley Scott's directing it as well. No, honestly, it's like...
Do you know what? It's a bad tribute act to... Basically, they went, can we get Hans Zimmer back? And he went, absolutely not. And he went, can we use his tune from the first one? Yeah. Use it every 8 minutes.
Yeah, mate, honestly. You're kind of waiting for it to get going, aren't you?
Is Maximus Meridius, whatever his name is, in there?
What, the guy that died at the end of the first one?
Oh, fuck. So it's not like
plot spoiler. No, he's not.
It's not like they've gone back in time, like. Bit
all right, nah.
No, that's on the cards, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Prequel.
Yeah.
%. And by the way, that
origin story.
A far better film than that pitch that they put out.
Yeah, it was, and also they just crammed everything in the last 2 minutes as well.
Yeah.
It was like dead slow, and then all of a sudden at the end, everything like just happens dead quick.
They literally went. We've only got this soundstage until Thursday. What do you say?
It sounds. He
crammed it all in the last 2 minutes, and it ain't just ends.
And it sounds like my love life. Jokes on him because I ain't got one. Dickhead. Now he's laughing. Hey, talking of laughing, Manchester United laughing. Do you want to know why?
Because we're
why now?
Because
we are.
Our manager has been nominated for the Premier League Manager of the Month. Yeah. Now I know what you're going to say, Stephen Howson. I can see it written all over your face. You're going to go, what? Jay, we won one game in March. What are you on about? And it was against Leicester City. And you're right. But that's all it takes.
I have got a sceptical face on me.
That's all it takes to get you nominated. A draw against Arsenal and a win against Leicester, and you're nominated. You're in the top three.
To be fair, that's the sort of shit that ends up getting you in like all-time Premier League 11s, so whatever.
Well, there you go, you see. And you two will be talking about that.
Well, sometimes you know what happens when you win the Player of the Manager of the Month, you lose the next game.
And sometimes you don't.
Well, something's going to give because
David Moyes had more Manager of the Month awards than Fergie.
Really? How's that a thing?
By a lot, I think.
It's a better manager.
Who, Moyes? Sorry to say again.
Who said that?
It's Moyes. The other nominees are Nuno for what he did at Forest, or what he's doing at Forest, and that bloke at Brighton, Herzler.
I don't know what anyone's done in the last month, so
Right. Well-
can't really comment.
Feels too long ago. When did
Is that February's?
When did
That's
the new
matches,
month
'cause it's done
start?
in
And when
March.
did the last month end?
There's no more games. Sorry?
When did the last month end?
Well, because of the international
Start
break.
of this month.
Yeah, the next Premier League games are in February. Also,
Or April even.
What?
in February. Jesus Christ.
Months, how do they work?
Mate, I've been on a course and everything. I should know this.
For calendars. Yeah. Calendar course.
By the way, when are we going to get to that 13-month thing?
What's this 13-month thing? I've no idea.
Because
what you're on
13 months, right, gives you months that start on a Monday and end on a Friday, or
Right.
Sunday, sorry. And you can start it, so like every Monday will be the first of a month. Well,
Yeah.
every first of the month will be a Monday, and it goes all the way through. You get 28 days, 4 weeks per month, rather than this 4.3 bullshit, right? What?
about. Don't know.
And then you get
Let him know.
13
Pyramid man.
I know.
and you get
Don't.
13 months.
You should have 10 months though, shouldn't you? Really? That was
No,
the original plan.
That was the original calendar.
Yeah, like
What
dead.
would we call-
28 months gives you
which months are we
364
losing
days,
and
and
what
then you get an
month are we
extra
gaining?
one every now and then for a leap year. So February every now and then gets 29.
Right.
What months are we losing?
Well, if you look
Can't
at,
lose May because it's my birthday.
well, it would be historically it'd be August and July, wouldn't it? When
Right.
they like
And what's
Augustus
the new
and
month?
Julius Caesar.
The 13th month. What are we calling that?
But if you're gonna
It
bring
actually
more
does
in.
have a name. Actually, if you Google 13th month, it does actually have a name.
Augustus.
13th month.
I think it begins with an Ophelia or something like that.
Ophelia.
Ophelia.
Yeah, am I right? Am I close?
Undecember. That's not right.
not it.
That's what it says.
That's lazy,
not it.
man.
Right, it says if the
Undecember.
traditional 12-month name of
that's not
Paddock,
it.
it would be called
Undecember.
Undecember.
Jay's on his fucking roller cola Google here.
And
I'm on Google.
And would it definitely come after December, or would it be like in between
Right,
May
what,
and June?
What would I'll ask Grok?
When would this be?
I don't. This is what I mean. I don't.
Stop using Grok.
Why?
Stop it. Weirdos use things like that.
Why? It's AI and all that. It's me mate. It's chatting to me.
Mate, the other day I beat AI in a quiz.
What was the quiz? Go on.
So we was in the car on the way back from Campione to the airport in Milan.
Right. Okay. Nice.
My mate Sam
Call it
Grafton does
Milan,
a
please.
quiz.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he types into AI, ChatGPT or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Chat what?
G
Jeep, yeah.
GBT.
Jeep Cherokee, yeah.
GBT. He types into that 10 difficult Manchester United trivia questions, whatever.
Yeah.
Asks me some of them.
Yeah.
I answer them correctly. He goes, that's wrong. I
Oh,
go,
apparently
"Hold on,
the
mate."
13th month is called Sol, and it gets boshed in between June and July. You get an extra summer.
We get a Campbell.
Do it. Is that how it works? Is it a
13th month, 364 days, 13 months of 28 days. You get an extra day, which is your leap year, and you get that as a year day. Everyone gets it as a bank holiday votes day.
Right. All right. Fine. We'll have a bit of that then. Anyway, for March.
There's so much admin we've got to do with that.
Admin. That's the
There's
issue.
a lot
here.
of admin.
That's the problem.
Some people's birthdays
The
are going to
admin.
have to get changed.
You've got to add another player
All
into
them
the
calendars
calendar.
are in the fucking
Yeah, and
bins.
it's just come on.
It's
Cliff
just, you
Richard's
know.
got to pose for an extra
But all the
picture.
fucking about with 31 days and knuckles and shit like that for when he's in
Knuckles?
October and
Knuckles?
November, yeah.
Right, go on.
What do you mean you don't know the knuckles thing?
Don't act like I'm the one in the wrong here. What do you want about Knuckles?
When you count in the months,
Yeah.
the ones in the knuckles are 31s and the ones in between are like,
But how do you remember which one's which?
I have no idea.
What?
so hold on.
I got a phone. I know that's a thing though.
The top of the mountain or the bottom of the hill?
Top of the mountain.
Right. See how he understood what I was saying? That was
Yeah,
good, that, innit?
yeah, that's very good.
January,
well
February,
done. Look,
March,
don't leave him hanging.
April, May,
You little knuckle
June,
buddy.
July,
Leaving you hanging
August,
there. I'll
September,
do it.
October,
Us-
November,
Those
December.
lads stick together.
There you go. That's it.
Why would you use that when you can just use your phone?
Hey, this is what I'm saying, Jay. Fuck this off.
I mean-
and just go with 13.
Let's have a look at a 13-month calendar just to see.
Right. In the meantime, the point I was staggering towards, slowly, was that Bruno Fernandes has been nominated for Player of the Month as well. Well, not
Joe
as well.
predicted this.
So the idea was we did a podcast, didn't we? We all predicted outrageous things. So I said Ruben Amorim will play for United this season and Mazraoui will get a statue.
Have you got the full list of what we all said?
Joe said, for his outrageous prediction, Bruno Fernandes will win Player of the Month in the next few months or something.
Yeah, I remember now.
And
I remember now.
I think that's the most annoyed I've ever seen you with Joe. So yeah.
My birthday is going to be 12th of June now.
Why? What's happening?
It's fucking disgrace that. I'm a May baby.
Oh, are you? Yeah. That's not
No,
great,
not
is it?
anymore.
Yeah, so will mine stay the same then? Mine's January
The what?
14th.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, you're stupid. Of course you're stupid.
Just thought I'd check.
No, actually, January is now the 1st of February.
Who's stupid now?
You're stupid. You are.
How was it not?
Because look, now his birthday is January the 24th.
I've got to wait an extra 10 days for my birthday. That's shit, that.
How do you work that out?
How do you
Well, it depends when you start, because if they go, right, okay, from January everything's the same, then obviously up to the 28th of January it's all the same, and 29th of January is now 1st of Feb.
Am I still an 80s baby?
I don't know.
Because I'm only just 9/8.
Surely they're not going to roll it back and be
That's
like,
what I
right,
mean. I
from,
don't
the,
want to
from the beginning of
I'll
time.
be scraping
It's not going to be 26th of May 1999, no. It's not going to be like the 14th of July or whatever.
Younger.
We'll be younger. Oh, mate.
No, you won't.
Yes, we will.
Why not?
Oh, shut up, you dickhead.
Oh, wait. Because there's going to be because there's going to be fewer years.
No, it's the same amount of years, Jay. It's more months, same
Right
years.
now, I've been alive for 420
Oh, shit.
months. Shit.
Yeah, so it doesn't really affect me then.
So now if I
Other than I have to
divide
wait an
that
extra 10 days for my
into
birthday.
Yeah, bruv, I'm 32 now. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 32.
32 was Taylor Swift song. Bruno Fernandes has been nominated
I'm
for
having
Player of the
some of
Month.
Get an extra
for
payday
March.
in a month, in a year.
Get an extra what?
A payday in a year.
We get paid less.
Yeah, but it's an extra one.
That's interesting.
That's trickery, that.
It is, isn't it? They've had us over
Go
there.
on, go on. Yeah, we know. Bruno Fernandes.
So,
did you know that Bruno Fernandes has been nominated for Player of the Month?
do you know who else has been nominated?
I'm struggling to care.
Yeah, I get that. Van Heck,
I mean,
Who the heck?
Christ.
Milenkovic, Rice, Ilanga, and Bellegarde.
Joe Premier League football, Jay, feels
Yeah.
like so fucking long ago.
I know.
I have no frame of reference for if any manager was good, if any player was good. I don't fucking care. Like,
Don't care.
I just want anyone but David Moyes. But the main thing is Bruno's been nominated, and we like Bruno, so it's positive news.
we do like Bruno.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And maybe some people should
Bruno
just
and
shut
Ruben
up
have
slagging
been
him
nominated.
off. So that shows
Hashtag 13th. Well,
we're on the upward trajectory.
Well,
this
you
is
can't
it.
really go
this
much
is
lower.
This is Nottingham Forest.
That's only because like
1-0
Leicester are so far behind.
under Fergie. Yeah, this is what's happening now. I've been saying this for a little while. Just wait and see. We are going to move
I
forward.
did tell everyone to just relax, chill out, calm down.
Yeah, trust the process and all that.
We're going to win something this year.
Do you honestly think we can win the Europa League? I know you do.
I know we'll win. Our name's already on it.
Hey, we're in the,
You're right, it is already on it.
From
Not next to
2017.
2025. Like, if you look, we're there. I don't think we get past Bilbao.
We batter Bilbao. Pressure's on them. They want to get to the final in Bilbao.
Yeah, you're right. No, we don't.
Had it.
Yeah, you're right.
No, but they've had
We're like, we
more
don't even
pressure.
wanna go.
It's like us wanting to get to the final at Hampden Park or
oh,
Old
do you remember,
Trafford.
when was that? When was the Hampden Park one?
Bayer Leverkusen,
Was Old Trafford
2002.
2003?
Old Trafford was all free.
Yeah, free.
That was the worst final ever. That was
Juventus and Milan.
That was like the
0-0
most
penalties.
boring. Yeah, let's play for penalties from the first minute.
Shevchenko scored the winner, didn't he?
Oh, capable of scoring then, is he, in Champions League finals? The absolute fucking fraud. Hey, Jesus Christ. And why did he not even moan about where Dudek was stood when he took his penalty? Why did he not even
Fuck us on the 6-yard line!
Why did he not
If
say,
we reach-
hang on a minute, he stood fucking next to me when I'm taking it. Why did he just go,
Literally
all right,
should've
I've missed, all right.
should've dummied
It's only
it.
the Champions League, who gives a shit?
Should have done it and fell over because he'd have hit him.
I know.
You know, if you get in well into your celebration, I think refs think, I can't pull this back now. They're already.
They should do. Kalina
Everyone's
would.
already on the pitch.
Kalina would have done.
Yeah, right. He would
And when
have.
Clean had done over Everton.
Kalina would have done it.
Oh yeah,
It's
when
Villarreal.
their only European adventure, well, European Champions League adventure, I should say, and he had him over, didn't he?
Villarreal against Villarreal.
Mate, that's tough.
He
that,
scored a
innit?
perfect goal when it got disallowed.
That's got to be tough to take. They've had zero luck, haven't they, Everton? Almost feel sorry for him. So you're not having it, Europa
I'm
League.
just worried about why you feel sorry for everyone. Couldn't give a fuck about Everton.
I like Everton.
No, I've got a bit of a soft. My enemy's enemy is
Yeah,
my
you're
friend.
right. I'm totally on that light, but they're not my friend. I like how much they hate Liverpool.
Yeah.
Don't mean I like them.
I like them.
I
We've got to thank them for Wayne Rooney as well.
and Fellaini.
We paid them.
Not Fellaini.
What do you mean not Fellaini? All right, we're thanking for
Who else?
Lukaku, Moyes. Yeah. It's not. Is anyone else?
Did we sign Lukaku? Where did we sign him?
Yeah, we signed him from Everton. Yeah. We've sold them a few players, haven't we? Garner,
Phil Nev.
O'Kane.
Tim Howard.
Yeah. Rooney again.
Did we sell him or was he a free?
I think he might have been a free. I think we just let him go in it by that point.
Who else?
You like Everton?
Andre Kanchelskis.
Kanchelskis, man.
Was he a direct transfer to
Yeah.
Give you knowledge.
Why do I think he went to
He broke his arm
Fiorentina?
as well. He'd done his shoulder against us.
Was he trying to go to Fiorentina?
He might have ended up at, gone to Fiorentina at some point in his career. He went to a few places.
Like
Didn't he? It was told that he
96
was
season,
like, influenced by people that wanted money.
Russian mafia.
Yeah, well, you could say that, yeah. But that's why he all of a sudden, after signing a new deal, he immediately wanted to move. And let's have it right. Everton in 1995, I know they beat us in the FA Cup final, but they weren't flying. It's a bit of a weird move, that, wasn't it? Do you know what I always forget about Kanchelskis? That he played for City.
Oh yeah. I always think of him against City because did he get a hat-trick?
5-0. Stood on the ball.
Yeah.
Who else scored in that game?
Stood on the ball.
Did he? He used to do that, didn't he?
I did that.
Yeah.
Who else scored in that game?
I used to do the Kanchelskis dribble. So like he had like a little hop step in the middle of
Did
his...
you do that?
Who else
Obviously.
scored in that?
He used to do that, didn't he?
Of course you did.
Yeah,
You didn't
I
run
love
like
that.
that.
Remember that?
You didn't run like that. We couldn't be mates.
Yeah.
Who else scored in that game?
I think Roy Keane.
Yeah, back post sliding in.
Mate, you two. I'd just be guessing.
I want to say Eric, but I don't think it was Eric.
Was it Eric?
I think it was Eric.
Oh, mate, there you go. Do you know what? Weird thing is, I can remember he was in goal for City as well.
Is it Dibble?
No.
Oh wait, Gary
it's
Walsh.
it's a trivia question. This.
Not Tony Coton.
No, it's not anyone you'd think. He was on loan at City.
Wait.
I haven't got anything.
I doubt. You'd have to know this to get it. And what was funny was after the game, Brian Orton,
On loan
City
from
manager,
where?
from Sheffield United. He only played 3 games for City. Did really well. Conceded 5 in the derby in one of them. Massimo Tahiti tackle. Absolute legend.
Yeah, I don't
If you don't know, it's Simon
I need to
Tracy.
kill myself.
Simon Tracy.
Yep.
He was in
That's a hell of a
Thunderbirds,
night
Yeah,
name.
yeah. Brian Orton threw him under the bus after the game. Said, I'm not blaming the keeper, but he had a bit of a shocker.
I miss City being an absolute butt of everyone.
That's the sort of thing, like when City were
more
at Mainoo.
fucking managers than fans.
I know. Do you remember when they were playing for? They were time wasting and they needed a win and they were drawing. Do you remember that against Liverpool? Like
That
that's
Alan
the
Ball?
Yeah, that's the sort of City I love.
Managers in flat caps.
Exactly. Like now it's just fucking changed, hasn't it? What's happening with these charges as well with City? We ever going to hear about this or what?
I don't have the confidence.
I
that
think
they're
they get
getting
done,
you know.
but it's like it's not what we want it to be. So
It don't
they're
matter.
guilty, but it's like
It don't matter.
It's-
If they've
it's
got
transfer
one
ban or something.
out of 115 that they're guilty of, we just
Right.
dismiss
Well, then if that
everything
happens,
they ever
Everton
did.
and that should kick off and go, hold on.
Yeah.
We got fucked last year.
They absolutely will do. Or the fans at least might do anyway.
Everton fans kick off. I think they'll take it just lying down. They'll be fine about it. Yeah,
Just
that's going to cause
I'm really
some
enjoying
right
at the
shit.
moment the amount of times that I see Red Cartel. Just fucking
What
They're
right?
such idiots, isn't it?
Geordies are doing it, City are doing it, Everton are doing it.
By the way, you should never have allowed them to win a Carabao Cup.
Why?
Jesus Christ, do it,
It's
man.
it's over Liverpool though. Come on.
Yeah, well, Liverpool have got loads of them, so no one gives a shit. Them lot winning something in 70 years, they now think they're a big club.
I've had them all in my mentions going, them not scared now. Scared?
I really enjoyed them winning the grand total of fuck all for 70 years. It was hilarious.
No, this is funny. This
Right, we can get into this on your thing you're going to be doing in a bit.
All right.
Yeah, so that's that. I'll save that for shots fired. Go on, what were you saying about the Red Cartel thing? Because is it Everton, Newcastle, who else is it? City. And the Red Cartel is meant to be what? United, Liverpool and Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal.
Because we all really get on and have like colluded.
And and what have we colluded to do? Finish fucking 13th. Yeah, that's good. That's a min.
Arsenal have colluded to come fucking second loads and not win a league in 21
Arsenal
years.
colluded to not win a fucking
And Liverpool
trophy.
have got 2
since
titles in
2019,
32
whatever it
fucking
is.
years. Yeah, that's what you call a cartel. Fuck me, get a grip.
I've got the predictions that we gave. Thank you to Harvey. So Maka, I'm sorry, I'm boring.
Did he
now.
say 21 is coming?
Hey, I'm about to read yours. Amorim wins a trophy. Mate.
This season.
Hey, I don't know about the second one, kid. Hoyland 20 goals in all competitions.
Jesus
Was that this
Christ.
season?
Yeah.
Still time.
Still time. He only needs another 15. And also, this one, Maka, you might struggle with, bro. United to finish top 3 this season. So
1 for 3 is not bad. This is good. That.
Top 3. We're not even going to finish top 3 in Manchester.
No, we're gonna win the
Yeah.
Europa.
Steve went a little bit safer. Oh, well, some of Steve's aren't looking great. Steve said, current squad member gets a statue.
Yeah. We're getting a new stadium, Jay. There's going to be all sorts of statues.
That you might... And also, current squad member... We've got a load of kids, haven't we? So one of them might end up staying here for the next 15 years and smashing it. This one doesn't look good. Rashford wins the Premier League at United.
Could still happen.
As a coach.
If we can't get rid of the fucker.
Yeah.
Things could happen.
Like Sancho's on the fucking bus to the thingy next year, anyway.
Yeah, of course he is. We'll see him in pre-season.
My fucking tits in.
This, to be fair, the third one from Steve, new stadium will be... This is a bit fucking safe, though, from you. New stadium will be the best ground in the country.
That was way before the announcement.
Stuck our neck out there. Joe put Bruno will win Player of the Month for December, so he's wrong.
Yeah, so he was wrong.
3 months off.
Yeah, you fraud. Fucking get a grip.
Also, that was just so pathetic.
Yeah, that was. You wouldn't let that lie.
That was right.
I was fucking correct.
You were going
You're
after
welcome.
him. Do you know when you proper threw him under the bus as well, which was horrible? When he said that we should get rid of Ahmad, and
Yeah,
you
he
fucking
deserved that.
yeah, and then you found that
Also, you know, like,
retweet.
you know how many clips you pull out.
And he got so much shit. I know, and it's like
too nice.
It was a fucking stupid opinion.
it was a stupid opinion. I know, but you know,
Probably our best player.
You don't need your mates fucking reminding.
He's still only
everyone
our
that he's
second best
stupid.
player, and he's been injured in 2 months.
I think he's literally our second top scorer, and he's not played since about whatever.
So was Marcus today.
Yeah, Marcus and Martinez have scored like our second most amount of goals away from home.
Oh.
Amorim loses the dressing room because of the 3-4-3. That was another one from Joseph. And United win the league next season.
So he thought Amorim was going to lose the dressing room this year, and then we're going to win the league next year. I mean, it's kind of happening, isn't it?
Yeah.
I see why we should introduce drug testing on here.
Well, mine were a lot more stable than that.
No.
Amorim will play for United this season, I think was one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight enough.
Amorim shaves his beard. When the inevitable meltdown comes from him, he's going to shave his beard.
He's going to go full Britney Spears.
He is. He's just going to rock
Just
up
in the
one
barbers
day.
at that fucking...
Just
that
take it all off.
VI fucking gaff on Ancoats Lane.
Yeah. Also, as well,
Out the window, and everyone's like, the fuck is going on here?
Amorim wins the Champions League next season.
Right.
There's a pathway, Stephen. Yeah? Europa this season, Champions League next season.
Imagine that. Big glass that. Chelsea did that, didn't they?
They did.
That's what I mean. Porto did it, didn't they?
Not really.
Well, they did.
Yeah, Mourinho.
They beat Celtic in the final in the UEFA.
But didn't
and
they qualify from league position anyway?
No, but they won.
No, I mean, they won back-to-back European... Sorry.
Yeah, but they didn't come fucking 13th, just in.
You have to
No
spoil
one
it,
said
don't
that
you?
13th
Factual
thing,
little
though.
thing as well.
But that's what
Also,
Chelsea did, didn't they?
in
Didn't
the
they
new
finish outside the
calendar,
Champions League
13th
places,
is
win the
good.
dinghy and get in it?
Know
I
that?
think so. What?
13th is good in the new calendar.
Yeah, exactly.
13 months, 13th in the
Get
league.
me?
Hey,
We're all part of the...
It all came round
part
in
of
the
the
end.
Illuminati.
Yeah.
With our whole thing. Genuinely, though, when are United going to get our act together then? When do you think we're going to be able to fucking sort it out? Because at the minute, we've got a new stadium on the horizon. We haven't got any money. We've got a decent group of young players, some of whom we might
A
have
really
to
good
sell.
model of New Carrington as well, by the look of it.
Yeah. So there's steps, baby steps.
That's why we're not buying a striker. All went on the model.
You know, I mean, all eyes on Cheeto next season. I hope he's good. How long do you think it's going to take before we start getting back to the top? That's
Ages.
Ages.
Yeah.
Do you think there's any weight in what Omar Barada said about 2028, or is that pie in the sky?
No.
No.
We win the league before that. Therefore.
We've been doing this channel 10 years.
When I said,
He said 21 is coming.
Not a chance.
you know when we started Full Sam Devils, we were just before Fergie retired.
Yeah.
Like it couldn't have been any worse timing. We started it just as United were winning the
John
title.
badly, I would like if you could have rewritten it, either the treble season or the 08 season, and have content in that season. How often I would rewatch that content.
I know.
No one's rewatching us
off
fucking
AI.
drawing with Fulham and shit.
Should
at
we
the
just make
moment.
it off AI?
Just make it.
Yeah, you
AI
could do
will
that, couldn't you?
Make me look.
Or we could just interview, like, the good thing about that is we could make content interviewing players from 99. Do you know what I mean?
But, you know,
And act like it's modern.
who the fuck wants to speak to David, mate?
If anyone's not seen the 99 documentary, right, we all went to see it. Well, we say we all went to see it. We all got to see it. Macca found out there was 2 screens. And Steve was in screen 1. So when I told Macca, I went, oh, Steve's not in our screen. He's in screen 1. Macca went, screen 1? Well, what screen are we in? I went, 2. And I'm not going to screen 2.
Well, you see,
So I went on.
You see the way it went on. You see the way it is, right? obviously, they can't have the production of 99 without me.
No, it was nothing to do with Steve, by the way. Steve being there made it worse, but it was nothing to do with Steve.
I know.
It was more to do with the fact that why am I in a fucking cinema room upstairs? And David Beckham and everyone's downstairs.
They came and visited us. They came and visited the plebs in Screen 2.
Watch him walking about and that.
Do you know what? They
smell him.
They walked into our screen, did a little chat, and then
because David Beckham smells
off to the
so
better
good.
screen.
Was I on the screen when you walked in?
Best thing, you would have seen it because you'd gone home by this time. Hey, you like having none of it. Just getting angry as we're walking to the cinema.
I'm getting angry at Jake.
He's getting angry and he's shouting at me, right? Like it's my fault, by the way. He's like, why the fuck are we in screen 2? I was like, bro, a minute ago you didn't even know there was 2 screens. He's like, oh fucking this is a piss take this. We get there, right? And I'm just buzzing because it's free popcorn and fucking sweets and that. So I'm like, happy.
Bollocks, was it free?
Well, I didn't pay
You
for it.
defo had to pay for that. Defo paid. Someone paid for that.
I fucking didn't. Right? So I'm just like, I'm not asked. And he's just getting angry and angrier. Like, this is shit. What's he doing here? Look at that fucking swat. Just getting louder.
Just talking about Joe.
Yeah, he was.
What's that twat? Who that?
That's what he's like shouting and pointing at people he doesn't like. Like, what's that fucking fraud doing here? How have they got in? And I'm like, oh my God. And he went, do you know what? I've had enough. I'm going home. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to try and sort you out of it.
Alison produced Chris and Elise said, yeah, he come up to me and this is a fucking joke, this Chris.
Honestly, I was staying out of his way because he was on one. And I thought, I've nothing I can say
like that.
Because it can make him feel any better. I'm just going to make him more angry if I'm like, I could get some free Maltesers, it's all good. And like,
you paid for them, you dick.
You didn't.
You did.
How do you know you didn't even fucking try and get any? You stole back to Birmingham.
I don't think it was free.
See, that's how you know I'm a man of principle.
What do you mean you're a man of principle?
I was 90
oh yeah, because
miles away.
View Cinema are going to miss the fucking free bag of Maltesers I took.
90 miles away and I still went, fuck this, I'm going home.
You are a man of principle. Someone call you a man of insanity, but we'll go with principle. Yeah, so he went. I walked into the screen, and what I love about this, right, if you could put, I think, everyone that doesn't like fan channels in a room, right, it would be the screen that I walked into, right? You've got all old school Reds who hate fan channels. There's a certain breed who like fucking hate us, right? Which is fine. I'm okay with it. As I walk in, guess who's being interviewed on the screen? Stephen Howson.
On the red carpet.
On the red carpet.
That would have sent me over.
Edith Bowman.
And I loved it. I was fucking buzzing, right?
Why am I in screen 2 and this
Listen,
rat's on a fucking screen?
It was just everyone that was integral to what happened in '99. You got Beckham, they had Scholes, they had York and Cole as a double act, which was all happy days.
It was so good.
Peter Schmeichel, Teddy Sheringham, and then me.
It was so funny. It was so good. You on the red carpet.
I'm glad though, you know, because if I sat there and watched David May go, oh yeah, I was.
Well, that was the thing,
I was
wasn't
a bit
it?
shocked I didn't start in '99 Cup final. I'd have lost my shit, you know.
Yeah, that was part of the documentary when he was shot. Him and Teddy Sheringham shared a room, and they were both shocked that they hadn't been picked for the final.
Even Teddy must have been like just pulling
Just
his leg
humouring
a little bit. Like,
Teddy Sheringham's like pretty chill though, isn't he? So he probably weren't asked. David May said that, and he's probably like, yeah, whatever. Yeah,
Teddy Sheringham's
right.
defo on the phone
just
to some like Miss World from somewhere,
and
David May's
15 out of 10.
yapping off. And he's just going, yeah.
Yeah, Dave, yeah, you're right. It's an outrage, yeah, mate. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in a room for... What's that, Dave?
He's underrated, Teddy Sheringham. Like,
as a player and as a bloke.
He used to always, remember when the Sun used to do, don't buy the Sun, remember when they used to do things like Top Shagger and stuff like that?
Top Shagger, was he always up there?
He'd always, him and Russell Brand.
Me, yeah, Teddy Sheringham. But even as
like Dwight York says, what's the issue? You know what I mean? Single blokes, him and Teddy Sheringham, single blokes, yourself. Just absolutely running riot. That's what you're supposed to do.
When you don't.
Isn't it, this is the same Dwight York that said, can I have a year off after the '99 final?
You've got to respect that. Some players just tossed it off. At least he was like, hey.
Yeah, well, he did both, didn't he?
I'm about to toss this off.
Yeah.
Just pre-warning.
Although, to be fair, did he...
No.
I know Andy Cole did. Did he win the
did.
League Cup at Rovers as well?
Oh, that's a good question now, Dwight York.
Did he do that at Rovers as well?
No, I don't think they will fuck all.
Because I know Andy Cole did.
He went to... He was at Sunderland, wasn't he?
Became a
when
DM,
Keno was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently Chucky was saying that they played a charity game like 10 years later or whatever, and Keno was still ignoring him. Because of what happened.
I love how no one can hold a grudge like Roy Keane. Absolute vice-like grip. Does he hold a fucking grudge?
Apparently,
holding a grudge.
Yeah, apparently, like
I'd love Fergie and Roy Keane to just get over it, because it's sad, and it's like family fucking having a row, and
I hate it. I really hate it.
Roy Keane, absolutely. From the rumours, I mean, you got to think like it was a Beckham production. I think Studio 99 was it? I think, which is Beckham.
Yeah, but that's. Do you know what though? Just quickly, that's okay, because Beckham can't get enough praise for that season anyway. So you're not going to over-exaggerate his influence or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? Had it been like a David May production and tried to make him look like the hero, then we'd have an issue.
No, but I don't think it does make.
No, that's what I mean. But it's fine. That's what I mean.
It's very much on the team.
Yeah, and also like Jesper Blomqvist is a big part of it. Like his story, which is kind of.
But it's a great story though.
Yeah,
it is a great story, because you got all the heroics that happened, and then him going, and I just shit myself the entire season.
And also in the final, he's like quite self-critical, but he was played out of position. One of the old word, Fergie just did a bit of a madness.
But like, you can't. But the rumor is.
Go on.
And I think there's probably a lot to it.
Well, it's probably true then if it's a rumor.
Yeah. And you got to think, how close Gary Neville and all of them were in by the looks of it in getting the production out. Scholes in it, Butts in it, Gary Neville's in it, Phil Neville's in it. It's dead sweary.
Yeah, what was all that about? Just quickly, sorry to keep interrupting.
I think he just learned how to do it.
Why was Phil Neville swearing every minute in it? It just looked stupid and not him.
The fact that Roy Keane's on the overlap weekly with Gary Neville in Manchester while this was being filmed tells me that there was ample opportunity for him to film. It wasn't like a scheduling issue or some shit like that. It was like he clearly didn't want to be involved. No. Yeah.
But do you know Keano has a bit of an issue with the 99 season anyway? Do you remember him on the parade?
Yeah.
Sat on the back of the bus, gutted. Yep. He doesn't like that. I think he's got an issue with that whole season because of the way it finished. He got injured in the FA Cup final, so he played, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And also he was suspended for the Champions League final, and he ain't John Serra. He ain't putting his fucking shin pads on and collecting a trophy that he didn't help win in that game, even though we wouldn't have got anywhere near it without him.
But you got to hear from him, because I think if anyone ever broke through and actually got him, I think he's got a buried hatchet with Fergie for you to get the truth, because like he's done 2 autobiographies, hasn't he? And in one of the autobiographies, he does detail what it felt like post Turin. That's changed since Fergie went and said him covering every blade of grass, world class, blah 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 blah, and then Roy Keane falling out of him. Roy Keane now diminishes that because of Fergie's praise of it, because that's what he's like.
Yeah.
So if you could get honest Roy Keane, a little bit of what he first said, what his initial raw thoughts on Turin were the year after, rather than several years later after Fergie sacked him.
Also, he did film. I remember I had a documentary called Keane As I Am from around the time. So I'm sure there's probably old footage of him.
That's probably worth finding.
That's meant that, yeah. Dig that out.
It's called As I Am. I've got it
Keane.
at home on DVD.
DVD? Keane. Because, they did speak after he left United.
Because As I see it.
Because
released, filmed during the 01-02 season.
Because I think it might have been Johnny Evans or someone went to Sunderland when Keane was manager. Like, they did speak to each other. And I think Keane said it was all very matter-of-factly, like, I've got a lad here who could do a job for you. Like,
it's not warm though, is it?
No. But there was no, they did at least talk. But then not obviously,
but
Keane.
I would love Roy Keane's actual real opinions about 99, because I don't think if you spoke to him, and also I think one thing about Roy Keane at the moment, and there's a few players like this that you almost don't want them to be harking back all the time, but I would like to hear Roy Keane's genuine thoughts on that 99 season, and some of the stuff behind the scenes, obviously, like fucking scrapping with Schmeichel.
Yeah.
Scrapping with fucking Teddy Sheringham.
Yeah.
I would like his real insight onto those things. And did he need to be on the edge with everyone? Did he need to be on the edge with the manager, on the edge with half of the team, to feel like he had that friction to be able to propel himself? Or was it a negative? Did that friction diminish performance at times? Like when was it too much?
Do you remember the following season, Mac, against Real Madrid? Well, you both will, obviously. you felt like he was on one, didn't you, when he got that red card as well? It was like because he'd missed out.
I need to win this.
I've got to win it. And
well, was it fucking Redondo?
Yeah, I think so.
And Rowell in midfield at home.
Yeah, it was at home.
And we got popped, and half of it was because Roy Keane was trying to do a Stephen fucking Gerrard thing of just fucking terrorising about the place with positional discipline of a fucking paper bag in the wind.
First book, he says that one of the big issues he had after the 99 season was he felt everyone, because they'd achieved everything, dropped off a bit. And
can you imagine what he would have been like in training? Because in his head he didn't win the Champions League.
No, he didn't. That's what he's.
And then you've got all of these lot, and
they're not saying they're not bothered, but they're like.
If he can even say it to you, you've gone off the fucking boil.
Yeah.
You'd have heard that 75 times a fucking day, wouldn't you? Can you imagine?
Gary Neville says that he said he changed after 99. Keane. He said there was an edge to him that wasn't there. I might be paraphrasing.
And maybe I thought
probably wasn't needed as well.
2000 and 2001, Roy Keane was at his best. In terms of the football he played, he was fucking
bold Roy Keane,
immovable force. Yeah,
like fully skinny,
really skinny, skinny as well. Skinhead. Like, because I think he talked about he went a bit too lean, but that was then. He was ruthless. Like 2000 and 2001, like that black and white kit. I just remember him just absolutely sticking it on Arsenal.
Yeah, the black and it was like grey lines through. He scored 2 at Highbury, didn't he? We beat him 2-1, and he scored 2.
Just that version of Roy Keane, that genuine box to box, just fucking.
That's when Yip had
animal,
had Vieira in it by the throat, didn't he?
That was my favourite version of Roy Keane. Even on 99 was utterly world class. Like that 2000, 2001, that was his peak for me. He was just unplayable.
I think Ireland could have. I'm just looking at. I think Ireland could have done a madness in 2002 with him in that team.
Yeah.
Right. No, hear me out.
They did all right without him.
Quarterfinals without.
Yeah. Right. They got to the round of 16. Korea. They got to round of 16. Got beat off Spain on penalties. Right. You're telling me he's not worth them getting past Spain if they got beat on penalties. And also they missed the penalty in normal time. I think it was Ian Hart missed the penalty and Robbie Keane, I think, scored another one. But they could have gone through, like with Roy Keane in that team. They then would have had South Korea. Are you telling me a Roy Keane inspired Ireland couldn't have beaten South Korea? Then you get to, Germany in the semis. You think might have been a bit too far.
I think that South Korea team. Are you playing footsie with me? That South Korea team.
I'm not saying it's a given.
No, I know they were just on a wave of.
Nah, they weren't they? Yeah,
beating everyone.
But then you've got Germany in the semi.
That's the rumour.
That might have been too, but it wasn't a vintage Germany team. And then obviously
it was a fucking dog shit Germany team.
Yeah, Germany had a relatively easy route actually to that semi-final.
Germany had completely overhauled everything after that because they was like, well, lads, that was dog shit.
Yeah. And then the obviously Brazil, I don't think Roy Keane could have done anything about that. But they could have done a madness. But then it's Keano, isn't it? It's the standards aren't there. Was it training tops or something that sent him over the edge? Footballs, bibs, right, bibs and footballs. Yeah.
Pitch was basically like a desert or something.
Yeah, so he's not having it. And then Mick McCarthy's tried to dig him out in front of him when he told him to fuck off.
When we had Mick on the club, we weren't allowed to ask him about it.
Really? Says a lot.
Which was the whole reason why we booked him, to be fair.
Did he tell you that after you booked him?
Yeah.
Nice one.
That's like, right off. I mean, he was a gentleman and he was really nice to speak to. Like, I have nothing against him.
He's a bit of a
really.
right shagger, isn't he?
But McCarthy?
Yeah. And
what? The rumours started by who?
He wouldn't let us ask him.
What? So what? He told you before you filmed, like, don't ask me about Roy Keane.
Cool. Yeah, we'll wrap this up.
That's like when I remember Mitten doing a thing with Lee Martin and saying, "Tell us about your favourite game, but not the FA Cup final." And I thought, fucking hell, stitched him up there.
As Lee Martin's pulling out the medal, which he does keep in his top left pocket at all times. By the way, FA Cup winners medal, not impressive.
Lee Martin going.
It looks like something you got from fucking playing
it's so bright.
My cousin works in Jewellery Quarter where they get sent all the things and they dip them in gold and whatnot. So he's worked on the Champions League ones and League Cup ones. And when United were winning these medals, he used to always send me the pictures of them, so I'd see them like 2 weeks before they got revealed. Not since he don't send me them anymore because we're nowhere near him.
Mate, we still win things.
But he's even given me he does Aston Martin badges and stuff, which he's given me. It's quite nice. Stick them on my Audi.
It's not too bad. That's not like he's sticking him on a Skoda.
Aston Martin A4.
I think we covered everything there when it comes to Manchester United.
Listen, we want to talk about Kobbie Mainoo. The Kobbie Mainoo thing's utter bollocks. Manchester United will not be selling Kobbie Mainoo. And if I'm just being deluded and they do end up selling Kobbie Mainoo, trust me, bad things will be happening.
I agree. Do you agree with that? Don't start being all rational.
All right. I think that there is absolutely a scenario where United decide to cash in. My whole thing is that this noise, I feel that this noise is agent generated and probably fucking nothing to do with reality.
3 years on his deal?
Yeah.
So 3 years on his deal.
Do I think he would like a new contract? Yeah. Do I think his agent would like a new contract? Yeah.
100%.
Do I think his agent
30k a week at a minute
throwing out fucking numbers like 200k and this, that, and other? Yeah. Do I think United have even had a fucking sit down with him yet? No.
Right.
I think like this is all absolute madness. So because an agent comes out and goes, Mainoo should get 200 grand a week, he's put it out there in everyone's head. So when he actually
also,
does
when
sit
you
down
see
with
Luke
United,
Shaw making 250 grand a week doing fuck all, it's easy for an agent to go, you know what?
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. You got Mason Mount's on about that. Yeah. Luke Shaw, Mainoo's played. I know he's injured now, but played a lot. So he's played more than Mason Mount has, hasn't he? Since they've arrived.
I mean, I'm not far behind.
We'd be utterly.
I can't
even say the word.
But I think it's agent-led noise, and therefore newspapers and that get to write about it because someone's put it out into the zeitgeist.
Laurie pushed back on it as well. He said that. Sorry, Mac, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're going to say what I was basically.
Yeah, I think Laurie was talking about that number that was said, 200k, whatever it was, and he said he spoke to people he trusts, and that's not the case. Yeah, basically, Mainoo's not asking for that.
I feel like when he signed his last deal, it was just before the FA Cup final, I think, right? And it was coming out like, oh, Mainoo might be going to City, and you're like, you fucking what?
He's been linked with City since he was like 40.
And you just think, but it was a load of bollocks, and I felt like at the time it was his agent. And I feel like, I don't know who his agent is, but on the basis of the 2 instances where it feels like the agent has done this, melon.
Yeah, I'm not into this. Got to keep hold of Kobbie Mainoo, man. Listen,
he probably don't even know. He's probably not even had a conversation. Like, he's probably gone, should we try and get a new contract with you? And he's probably gone, what? Yeah.
If we sold Kobbie Mainoo, I'd end it all, you know. It's just, the club you once knew is dead. Yeah. If that happens.
I think too many people are sort of not warming to the idea, but getting okay with the idea because he's not played for a while. And there's these rumours that I don't believe that wants 200k, and then people are going, well, actually, if it gets us this, that, and the other, maybe we haven't got many players we could sign up for big money, and we don't know if he's fitting an Amorim system. Just shut up. What are you on about? Have you not fucking watched him? He's min. And he's a child. And he's just won us the FA Cup and got player of the match in the midfield against Rodri. And now you're saying he's shit. Are you fucking deluded? We would get that 60 million that we've got for him and buy a player nowhere near as good that's older.
That's the thing is
that's what we do.
There's clubs that are selling players for 60 million that haven't got the CV that Mainoo's got and the age he's got.
Mainoo, like, what was it? Debut in November 2023.
If we tried to buy Mainoo, you're not getting him for 60 million.
No.
But why should we sell him for that?
It's fucking stupid,
honestly, if United came in for Mainoo and he was at Brighton or whatever, they'd be telling you 100.
It'd be Casado money. Just quickly as well, do you feel the same level of passion towards Alejandro Garnacho?
Absolutely not.
Really?
No, but also, I do like Garnacho. Like, again, I wouldn't be
I'll be honest with you.
It would be stupid. Like, when you look at some of the things he's already done for us in a Man United shirt, like his performances in the Champions League, like, he was pretty good when we were in it. Even just, I know people go, oh, it's a 1 goal, but he scored one of the best goals I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, he scored in the cup final when Kobbie Mainoo scored as well. Like, he's been pretty good for us, apart from the last 6 months. Like, I think he'd be mental. But then, if we do need to sell someone for funds, I'd much rather be Garnacho than Kobbie Mainoo.
Just get all these lot off the wage bill who aren't doing out, for starters. That'll get you some dough. All these ones that are out on loan, just fucking get some money for them, and just go out and buy another Aiden Evan for £1.5 million. You're laughing. Do you know what I mean? Get another Dorgu for 20 odd million euros, whatever it was. There's bargains there, man. What are these scouts doing?
Well, that is the issue, is that there's been, for the last 15 years, there's been so many really good players that have gone for really reasonable money. But United get into a room and just absolutely Rizdale the fuck out of it and just get rinsed.
I know, man. It's so bad in our lack of negotiations.
Yeah. I think we sat down with Leicester and we was like, we're paying you no more than £80 million for him. And they were like,
you can get 100 here.
Yeah. Change that 4 to
Also,
8.
we spent 6 weeks negotiating for Wan-Bissaka and paid them what they wanted.
Exactly, mate. That rattled me. That we want 50 million. Fuck off. And then 6 weeks later, we'll give you 50 million.
We'll give you 50.
Same with Maguire. Yeah. We want 80 million. That's not happening. Well, certainly not today. We'll wait 2 weeks, then you can have your 80
I do think
million.
Ineos have been a little bit better in that sense.
We'll see.
Seems like it because I think we went for Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Was that pre-Ineos?
Yeah, I think. Oh, don't know.
That was around.
Yeah, Højlund wasn't Ineos, was
yeah.
it? Højlund's not an Ineos signing. I think the only Ineos signings are summer onwards,
but
which is a good transfer window.
Did
really.
we not go for Harry Kane? I think it just was like, oh no, maybe that was before that.
I think the idea was we didn't want to go into the negotiation with Levi or Daniel Levy, sorry, because he would have took ages and maybe not sold him us.
And absolutely rodded you.
Yeah. So we sort of thought, right, well, we got
we'd have took over the payments for their new fucking stadium. That's what we'd have come out with that. We're like, anyway, so we haven't got Harry Kane, but we are paying for their stadium.
Someone said the other day, we need to get rid of 10 players, and I thought that's probably impossible. And then you look at it, and it's like 10 players might leave.
Yeah, and I think
it's actually very possible this year.
Well, I had someone.
You got Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, who are already out of the club.
Yeah, Casemiro,
Lindelof's
Shaw.
Definitely gone. Eriksen definitely gone. So we're on about 6,
your
7
mate's
now.
probably going. Tommy and
Tommy Eaton's gone.
Evans. Have you mentioned Evans? Sorry, retiring.
Johnny Evans is retiring. That'll be a sad day.
I know.
I seen one, but then someone had thrown the likes of like fucking Onana, Mainoo, Martinez, all sorts into there, and you're like, you realise we have to put 11 players out by law. Like,
but so like, look, Casemiro goes, Rashford probably goes, Anthony goes, Harry Maguire possible, but let's not count him.
I don't think he's going to go.
Anthony, so you got Anthony, Rashford, Casemiro, Eriksen, Lindelof. That's 5. Then you got
Malacia could go.
Malacia 6.
Eaton,
Johnny Evans, Tom Eaton. That's 8 already that I've counted without the ones that possibly, Maguire could possibly go. Mason Mount, I think Mason Mount will stay because the manager does seem to love him.
Someone had done like basically
Shaw.
20 in, 20 out on one of my videos, and I was like,
that's not how it works.
What happens is 10 goals,
Yeah.
3 or 4 come in, couple get promoted.
I mean, you're going to need more than a couple if 10 go. I know there's a lot of people,
but it's going to be a slow, like,
Malacia, Heaton, Evans. Like, you're not really playing.
Keep forgetting
them anyway,
about Malacia. To be fair to the kid, hopefully the ones who are out on loan.
And then someone like a
Get sold
Højlund or
and
someone
fuck,
could still go as well.
You never know. Just no to Cobby, and I don't want to see Garnacho. I'll be honest with you. I think there's a good player there. I do, and I just think it's one of them where.
But look,
he's had
you
a bit
can see
of a
why
rough time
Kobe
of it,
Mainoo. There's a lot of noise because he's the lowest paid player in the first team.
You look at that as well. Like 2 of our best players, Ahmad and Mainoo, and they're the ones that are getting relative pennies compared to everyone else. So no wonder their agents are like, hang on a minute, we need to do something about this.
We've learnt this season we should boo people, and we should pay people shit wages.
Pay them shit wages and boo them, and you'll win the league.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Works for me. Right.
Job done.
I think we'll leave it there. That's been Adam McCullough. Maka, thanks for coming on the channel.
That's been Jay.
I'm Jay. That's been Stephen Howson. Don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe. This has been Off the Bar. Thanks for watching.